Westfield Memorial Hospital provides high-quality health care to residents of Western New York, offering patients the most sophisticated medical advancements while keeping the ease and familiarity of a community hospital. Support for Chautauqua Sunrise has been provided by WRFA 107.9 FM, Jamestown's public radio station, streaming online 24/7 at WRFALP.com. Low power to the people. Meter's Restaurant, a family tradition for over 50 years in downtown Ripley, is a proud supporter of Chautauqua Sunrise. Meter's provides all-day dining, banquet services, and custom catering, specializing in pie. Funding for Chautauqua Sunrise is provided in part by the Chautauqua County Industrial Development Agency, with offices in Jamestown and Dunkirk, helping businesses to prosper throughout Chautauqua County. From supporting people with disabilities to enjoy great lives to providing health care services that are available to anyone, the Resource Center has been improving our county for more than 60 years. Learn more about how the Resource Center makes a positive difference in people's lives.
Is getting vaccinated on your to-do list? We can help you check it off because we make getting vaccinated easy. You've got this because we've got you. To learn more, visit yougotthis.usaging.org.
From the Access Chautauqua Studios in Mayville, it's Chautauqua Sunrise. Chautauqua Sunrise is hosted by Doc Hamels and supported by the award-winning volunteers at Access Chautauqua. We are here to share local news, colorful interviews, and events of interest to everyone. Chautauqua Sunrise is broadcast live Saturday mornings each week from 9 to 10 a.m. Send events via email or call us live. Check us out on YouTube and Facebook. And now, from the Access Chautauqua Studios, it's Chautauqua Sunrise.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chautauqua Sunrise. I'm Doc Hamels, and we are definitely getting into the holiday spirit here. I figured all the big box stores already got their Christmas trees up for the last 2 months. We could at least do the same. You can't even see a Christmas tree, Justin. Fix it. Let's get a wide angle here. Let's get into the Christmas spirit. There we go. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. All right, we've got some guests in house today that we're going to be talking about some fun activities coming up next weekend. We're really going to jump into the holiday spirit, and we'll be talking more in a little bit. All right. So I hope you're all doing well. Good morning to wherever you are in the world, throughout the United States and Canada. If you are watching us down in Kenya, James. If you're over in the Ukraine, Natalia. Hope you're all doing well and being safe. And for those of you that listen to my show on WRFA 107.9, Low Power to the People in Jamestown, Tuesdays at 1 o'clock, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. We have a big project, a big event coming up next weekend that y'all want to come over on this side of the county and check it out because it's going to be lots of fun. But we're going to talk about that here shortly. Throughout the show, you may want to give us a call. You may want to tell us about your particular event that's coming up this holiday season, because it's all over the place. I mean, this time of year we get more announcements that are going on than we do any other time of the year. So first of all, you can call us live between now and 10 o'clock, not after that, at 716-753-5225. All right. And don't be shy. Give us a call. Tell us whatever you want. If you don't want to talk to us directly because you don't want to go on TV, Randy's on the other side of the wall. He'll write down the message and give it to me. Well, he'll give it to Justin and give it to me, and then we'll get it on the air throughout the week. If you say, oh gosh, I should have called in, chautauquasunrise@gmail.com, and we'll get your announcements on the air for you free of charge. Okay. I've been talking about a few things that have been happening right now that you should be aware of. Hunters are in the woods as of this morning. Seems like the season's earlier, Jeff, this year. Is that true?
Yeah, it seems like it's
Oh, I thought it was usually the day after Thanksgiving. That's why I was.
In New York, it's Saturday before Thanksgiving.
Saturday before Thanksgiving. I'm a fisherman, so I don't keep track of that stuff. Anyways, they're out there with their rifles, and at, I think it was 4 minutes to 7 this morning, Brody and I were taking our morning walk, and you could hear the guns going off. So reason why I tell you these things is for those of you that may be traveling through the countryside of Chautauqua County, you got cars parked along the road that generally aren't there, so you got to kind of watch for that. You got hunters that are chasing deer, and they may come chasing across the road, the deer that is. If you're walking in the woods, I recommend a couple things. Sing, play music, have a flashlight. No, you don't need a flashlight. Wear bright colors, have jingle bells on you, whatever. Generally, this is the time of year I stay out of the woods. I'm a big target. And anyways, just think about that. Just everybody be safe, because the hunters are doing their thing. They're trying to be safe as they possibly can, but every once in a while, something could happen. So be careful. Also, I want to stress this one more time, and I've talked about it a couple of weeks. This year, for some reason, if you're in the woods, ticks are terrible. You got to be so careful right now with your pets. If they're going outdoors, like Brody, he sniffs into the leaves, and the ticks go right up his face, and then the ticks get on you. And ticks do carry Lyme disease. Not every tick has Lyme disease, but I've heard enough cases now where people in the area have been getting Lyme disease from the ticks. Last winter was so mild that it didn't really kill off the ticks. And I know one gentleman that said he walked in from the woods the other day and had 10 ticks on him. Usually I get one or two and I take care of it, but I've been bit by ticks and it's not a pleasant experience. So anyways, spray your boots. And DEET, I won't say the other word because I can't pronounce it. Promethrin, is that how you say it right? Okay, thank you. Jeff is giving me information in my earpiece. I'm not talking to spirits. So anyways, just be mindful of that, because it's just really, until we get some really heavy duty frosts, of course, and a little bit of snow, they're going to be out there. All right, I have a few things I want to share with you as far as public service announcements, and I want to start on my phone. So Jeff, you can just sit back for a minute without any slides. I just want to share these. This comes to me, it's called the Monday Morning Memo from the County Executive's Office. And where did I go? Hello? Where am I? There I am. That was a little scary. So this is from we don't have slides for this, but I just want to share this. As the winter months approach, Chautauqua County is ready to provide support for individuals in need of warm shelter during extreme cold weather. With temperatures forecasted to drop, Code Blue shelters will be activated, offering a lifeline to those facing homelessness. And I've talked about this topic a number of times over the last year or two, and people do live on the street in Chautauqua County. All right? So, not that you necessarily have to do anything about this, but you should be aware of it so that you can share this information for those that maybe need these shelters. So this year, a new overnight Code Blue warming center operated by Recovery Options Made Easy will open at 917 Washington Street in Jamestown, 917 Washington, on qualifying nights starting November 1. So it's already in place till April 30. Chautauqua County Executive P.J. Wendell emphasized the importance of this new initiative, stating, "I want to formally acknowledge Recovery Options Made Easy for taking on the critical responsibility of operating the shelter as we race for the harsh winter ahead. It is vital that we come together as a community to support those in need. The center embodies our unwavering commitment to ensuring that no individual faces the dangers of winter weather without shelter or support." All right, during regular business hours from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, individuals seeking emergency shelter should visit the Department of Mental Health. I'm sorry, that's not correct. Mental Hygiene and Social Services over on 15 West Lucas Avenue in Dunkirk, or 110 East 4th Street in Jamestown, where emergency shelter arrangements will be made. All right. And then there's a list of other places that folks can go to just to kind of get connected about Code Blue placements. Brooks Memorial Hospital, UPMC Chautauqua, Chautauqua County Department of Mental Hygiene, Chautauqua County DSS Child and Adult Protective Services, Chautauqua Opportunities Mobile Crisis Team, UCAN Mission, Mental Health Association, Recovery Options Made Easy, okay? So I want you to know that information, and if you are interested, you also can call the Sheriff's Department at 716-753-4232. 716-753-4232, all right? I know of an individual nearby that lives in our community that is homeless, and I don't know how they get through any day, let alone the wintertime. So there's a number of people throughout the area. Please share this information with them if you feel that you can. All right, moving along here. Let's see here. I'm just scrolling real quick. The Office for Aging Services wants you to know that the Senior Nutrition Program, both for their dining in program and dining out program, is available to seniors, and you can get tickets, 20 meal tickets, units they call them, at a time on a card, and you can get out and get meals at various places. And the number you can check out in the senior meal program, give them a call at 716-753-4582. 716-753-4582, and that's New York Connects. And that's a great program. I know a number of people that are using that, and you get some nice hot meals at a pretty good price. All right, also you should be aware that HEAP, the Heating Assistance Program, is now available for eligible Chautauqua County residents. And let's see here, I'm just trying to see where you want to call. Okay, so there's a hotline that you can call. Oh, no, there's a local number, all right? This is the HEAP Local District Contact. So if you think you're eligible, there's a grid for all this, that you can get some of your heating expenses paid for. 716, ready? 661-8200, okay? 661-8200. So that's an important number. You shouldn't be doing anything to hurt yourself where you're going to get sick because you don't have enough heating in your home. All right, there's assistance on the way, and that could be fuel oil or propane and so on. All right, help you with your bills. All right, Jeff, I hope you're okay back there. I hear you coughing. So let's go to slide 15, and then we're going to zoom through these. All right, let's go to Jamestown. Infinity's annual holiday art market returns. Okay, they're happy to announce its annual market. This year's market promises an incredible array of local art, handcrafted goods, and fun activities for the whole family. It's going to be held on December 7th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and join them for a memorable day of holiday shopping and community celebration at the Infinity Center and also at Pearl City Clay House. Now, I just want to do a little note here, is you see, they gave me this announcement, it's December 7th. People send me notes from time to time, like during the week, for something that's happening during the week before my show. So if you are going to give me something to announce, make sure it's the following week or 2 weeks out, because we don't do things during the week. So please be mindful, get us your announcements early on. Infinity's annual holiday art market is the perfect chance to discover unique, locally made gifts just in time for the holiday season. Shoppers can browse a variety of handmade items and find art crafts by local artists and artisans. From ceramics and jewelry to paintings, textiles, and holiday decor, you're sure to find something, Justin, for everyone in your list at your house. You have that new house, you need to decorate inside. Get some pictures and ceramics. He's looking at me. Anyways, it's just a thought. The festive event offers free admission for shopping and includes options for $5 hands-on make and take activities for kids along with other holiday fun things. December 7th at Infinity. Give them a call at 664-0991 if you're interested. 664-0991. Okay? And let's see. Well, we're going to be talking about this thing called A Christmas in the Village here, and I'm not going to go through that whole list because, well, that's what we're going to be talking about shortly. So let's skip those. Let's go to slide 18, Jeff. The Santa for Seniors project has always been a shared county agency project, and they look to the Chautauqua County agencies and our community partners to identify older adults who may benefit from this outreach. The Santa for Senior project helps the individual to have a holiday dinner, holiday gifts, and useful household items and gifts. In 2020, the Office for Aging developed a partnership with two local churches, First Baptist Church of Mayville and Hurlburt Church in Chautauqua Institution. These two churches are coordinating the donations, packaging, and delivery of Santa for Seniors holiday bags. The bags have a pre-made holiday dinner or groceries if the client can cook and prepare their meals. Please make a referral for a person that you may know that meets the following criteria. You have to be over 60 years old, check. Client lives alone and is not going to be spending the holiday with family or friends. No one is coming to visit them and they are not going to see anyone. And they're truly trying to find these people and give them some holiday cheer. Okay, how do you do this? You can call that number once again at 716-753-4582. That is the hotline for New York Connects, 753-4582. Now let me tell you something. About 3 years ago, I helped out with the delivery of the Santa for Seniors. It's okay. And we did go to a couple of homes. And I got to tell you, we didn't even know if anybody lived there at one point. It just, we knocked on the door, we waited. And finally some person who was quite old came to the door and they said they hadn't received any Christmas cards from anybody. They hadn't seen anybody for the holidays, and they were just like overjoyed. Come on in, let's sit down and talk for a minute, which we did. And you'd be surprised, in our county, it seems hard to believe, here we are 2024, and there are people living alone that have absolutely no contact with the outside world, especially during the holidays. So this is a super program, and if you're interested in helping out, give them a call. All right, and then last announcement before we go to our break here is the special Bills watch party tomorrow. Okay, this is going to be held at 3:30 at the Mayville VFW just down the road. I know we have a slide on that. It's $15 donation, includes chicken wings, pizza, and tailgating snacks. There's going to be a raffle. You get an autographed Tyler Bass cleat, and after he kicked that 61-yard field goal, he's like a superhero these days. There's also a 24 Bills sideline hat and Josh Allen calendar. What could be better? All right, so what's the deal? This is a fundraiser, and half of it's going to the Mayville Chautauqua Lions Club, and the other half is going to the Rural Minds charity that we've talked about that deals with folks that are in rural America that are dealing with mental health issues and potential suicide. So Mayville Chautauqua Lions Club Bills Watch Party, November 17th, 3:30, Mayville VFW. Check it out. It sounds like a lot of fun. We're going to take a little breather and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Sometimes that's in all of our kitchens, isn't it? I don't do baking. I do all the other meals, part of the meal, but I don't do the baking, so that was kind of fun to watch. Okay, I want to share a little story with you, and then I'm going to introduce my guest. Growing up in the city of Buffalo, one of the favorite things that my mom and dad would do is take us downtown Buffalo, and we would walk in front of Hens and Kelly or A's, and they would have these little scenes with little munchkins and little elves and mechanical scenes and stuff like that. And it always was, and there was music playing somewhere. There must have been a speaker, and the weather was kind of getting snowy and rainy and stuff. But it was always an exciting time. And so for whatever reason, then they did away with all that stuff. And I don't even know if they still do it anymore. But I know as I got older, it got thinner and thinner, and they didn't do it anymore. And a couple of years ago, I was in a play called, I can't remember the name of the play, Harvest Moon in Westfield with part of the Lakeshore Center for the Arts. And I represented one of the cast members from years ago. And we were talking about how, I was the former mayor, Shelley Green. And I was talking about how Westfield and or any of the communities in Chautauqua County, in like the city of Buffalo, how in the holiday season people would put out things in their windows, and they would have special things going on, and there would be parades and people, going to homes, and it was just a big community thing, and it was so exciting. And that, I'm thinking it was probably like the 50s and 60s, and then again things kind of just dissipated. Well, I am here to tell you there's some folks here, a very special guest from the North Pole, I might add, that is going to talk about a very special, fun community, let's feel good and get together event next weekend in Westfield. So I want to welcome back to the show my friend Marilyn Hammer, and you have a special guest, and I'll let you introduce her. How's that?
Oh my goodness. Straight from the North Pole. We have Mrs. Claus.
Mrs. Claus, welcome.
Mrs. Claus is here today.
Yes.
Okay, so, I've had Abraham Lincoln, but I've never had anybody from the North Pole, so this is like a mark your calendar day. Wow.
Well, they take the time to come down from the North Pole to be the stars of our tree lighting and our Let There Be Light parade.
Excited about being stars.
Yeah.
I think it's all of us coming together and doing happy things for the village.
So Marilyn, you grew up in Westfield, right?
Yes.
So was I far off with my little description of the way Westfield was years ago?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. And you're quite right. It sort of just went away there for a while.
But to me, Westfield is through a renaissance right now.
Yeah, we're
That's how
coming
I see
back.
it, because
We're
I live in
coming
Ripley, and we're watching, and we're sort of trying to come back a little bit too, and with some community good feel stuff.
Yeah, we are, and I would like to take a minute just to give a shout out to all the entities in Westfield who cooperate to make all of our events, the farmers market, the cemetery walk, everything that we do, the Christmas tree, the Christmas window lighting.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about the windows.
Yeah.
The shops and restaurants in Westfield are just spectacular. The last few years they've animated, they're lit, they're wonderful.
We love to take the kids and go for a ride through Westfield, because it's just thousands of lights in the park. Holy cow,
Yes.
the park!
Yes, and if you like the park, I have to give a shout out to our street department and particularly our electric company. Those gentlemen are just spectacular. I don't even have to think for them. That's really nice.
Yeah. But
I just might say, I would like a light there. Oh, sure.
But the lights are on now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was passed through the other day, and I said, "Whoa!"
Except for the tree.
Except for the tree. That's right.
That's right.
Yep.
Tree lighting Saturday.
So, where am I going with this? So this event has been around for a few years now, right?
A few years, yeah.
Because I've announced it a couple
Yeah.
years, anyways. And so let's go back a little bit of history of how you got this thing up and running again, and then we're going to go through the whole events and everything.
It began with one of our mayor's wives and her friends who started it out with, they had a Victorian tea. It was all a Victorian theme. Victorian theme. And we did that a couple times, but we found out just Christmas in the Village is the best thing to do. They started it out, and it was very small, and it was for the merchants, once again, to showcase Westfield. So we've sort of, it's now developed into, I've been involved in, when they stopped doing it, about 20 years I've been doing it. It seems that's a long time.
Village in the Christmas in the Village for 20 years?
Yep.
Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, you did drag me into Easton Hall one year. I was playing music. That could have been about 15 years ago. Somehow I'm listening to all these things and said, I was there.
I've dragged a lot of people into these over the years. Well, it's one of those things you honestly can't do yourself. I mean, it just, I can't.
It takes a village.
Yes.
There you go.
And
everybody's coming together.
And we really are. We've learned that with everyone coming together, the school, the hospital, the theater, the library, the merchants, the restaurants, and even folks who are not on Main Street, like the Bark Grill, and the Grape Discovery Center out on West Main.
Right.
But we all work together, Lakeshore Center for the Arts. The ministers have really helped out, and they're going to do some things at Easton Hall on Sunday.
Okay, well, we'll tell all that here in a minute.
So
All right, so in a nutshell, what is Christmas in the Village? What is it?
Okay, Christmas in the Village is an event that really was designed to showcase Westfield, especially for Christmas, to offer to patrons and all that Westfield has to offer, to usher in the magical holiday season in Westfield. But most of all, it's designed to be a fun, family-friendly, something for everyone event, and that's what it's turned into be. My heart for this event is to have everything be as free as it can be.
Mm-hmm.
You're only having to buy something that you choose to buy.
Right.
For instance, the horse carriage rides, they're free.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the programs at Lakeshore Center for the library, they're all free. You don't have to pay to get into Hall of Christmas. You know, just those kinds of things.
Okay.
So that's what it is basically.
Okay, let's go to Mrs. Claus.
Yeah.
So, Ms. Claus, how long have you been involved with this particular project?
This is our 4th year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so, Mr. Claus must be busy right now.
Santa
Claus
is
is
so
very busy.
Well, he's had to upgrade the sleigh.
Tell me about that.
It's been a phenomenal year, and the children have been so good, and it was time to upgrade. We have new technologies now.
Ooh.
So yeah, he's busy. On top of the toys and everything else,
right.
we had to upgrade.
So my understanding is that you have with Santa, some craftsmen that have been working on this sleigh for some time. I mean, it's a pretty big sleigh, if I remember right.
It's a decent sized sleigh. Yeah, there's a backstory to it. If you remember from last year, we actually found the sleigh through Shelley Hunt Bowen, who's our unofficial photographer.
She's photographed me over the years.
Oh, she does an amazing
She
job
shot
for
me last-
all of
She
the
shot me this
Ripley,
fall.
Mayville,
I know.
Chautauqua, Westfield,
Right.
everything. She's everywhere. She's phenomenal. But she found this because not that I don't mind riding on a fire truck. Or a grape picker. We thought that Santa needed to have a sleigh, you know. And so, yeah, last year we had good friends had lent us a trailer. But they need to use it. So this year we bought our own.
Mm-hmm.
So this year we're, okay, he's working on that sleigh. I'm working on this sleigh with a couple of friends.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's been a phenomenal year. And
Great. Now, this is all going to be part of some events that Mr. and Mrs. Claus, Santa and Mrs. Claus, are going to participate in. So what events can people see the two of you, the holiday couple?
go ahead. We'll go right into it. She has a list. Since we changed the tree lighting from Friday to Saturday, we'll be all over the village on Saturday morning, starting at 10 o'clock. We'll be at, I'll just go through it. We'll be popping in the library. We'll be at Easton Hall. We'll be at the Lakeshore Center for the Arts. We'll be stopping into different businesses all day long. We'll be out and meeting and greeting and handing out candy canes.
Candy canes to the kiddies.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely. And for anybody that hasn't gotten their letter into Santa yet, I
Okay.
always carry these and pass them out to the
Oh,
kids.
how cute.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So
Okay, hold
if
that
you
up
haven't
one more-
done it yet,
Let's hold that up and let's get a zoom in on that, Justin. Okay, so what
this
is
is
this?
from the North Pole.
All
This
right.
this is yeah, Mrs. Claus did this. So,
Okay.
this is the track.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're
So
gonna
he
just-
checks it once, he checks it twice. I'm the third one.
Okay.
And you're good to go.
So if there's a child that is out there and they would like to write to Santa,
This is it.
This
This
is
is the
it.
express one.
all right, so
Yep.
they fill out their thing, they put it in the envelope, and then where does it go?
They put it in the mail and it comes to us.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. You got to write to Santa Claus.
Well,
You put your list in.
I think I might
Did-
get one
did
of those.
you write
Yeah,
this
well, I
Wow.
brought one for each of you here.
I need one.
Yes,
All
well,
right.
if you haven't written Santa yet, you better do it. It's a
I've
busy
been
year.
super good this year.
It's a busy year.
Super.
But, yeah, so the sleigh, we got the sleigh from Terry Rinaldi. Her husband had passed, Scott Serafin, and he had played Santa for over 50 years. He started in Vietnam, and he prayed to God and said, if I get out of here, I will play Santa and he did until he passed a couple of years ago. So for over 50 years, he played Santa Claus.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm hoping Terry makes it down to see it this year. Last year, she wasn't feeling well.
Wow.
But yeah,
That's great.
so the rebuild, and Shelley's husband Tim did all of the wood, got it rebuilt. We did the painting, the decorating, and now I'm upgrading that. Well, Santa's working on the big sleigh,
Big sleigh.
the working sleigh.
Okay.
I'm doing the float.
This is for the-
yeah,
this is
I'm
for
doing the
the-
decorative for the
yeah, for
village.
the
but
event. Okay.
big sleigh, yeah, the big one is that's high-end
yeah, it's
engineering.
gotta stay put for now,
That's
yeah.
Santa, yeah,
Yeah.
that's big time.
Okay, so Mrs. Claus mentioned a number of locations they're going to visit. So why don't we go one by one, Marilyn, and tell folks what's happening at that venue. So for instance, I think the library was one of them, but you
The
go ahead.
libraries.
So just take your time and just explain to people
Okay.
what's going to be available. Because we got plenty of time, so let's not rush.
Okay. As Mrs. Claus referred to the fact that we are not lighting the tree on Friday night, I would like you to know that. By popular demand, really, it was really difficult for parents to sometimes get there, so we do a little things differently. So we will.
So you listen to people.
So, yeah, so we did listen, and we said, let's give it a shot. So, in place of that event, the library is going to have Polar Express movie.
Oh,
It's
one of my
starting
favorites.
from 4 to 6 p.m.
It's one of my favorites.
And they will be serving popcorn and hot chocolate, so they will have things for the kids. Okay, and let's stick with the library. On Saturday, 10:15, they're going to have Christmas stories. Then you can meet pygmy goats, and I think the pygmy goats came last year too on Friday nights. So
And where are you going to be?
this is at the library at 11 a.m.
You're going to be pygmy goats at the library?
Pygmy goats at the library.
cool.
Yeah. Oh, they really were.
All right, so there's a movie
They
tonight, and I see cocoa and popcorn.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, hot chocolate, Christmas
Eggnog is
movies.
getting really into it. Okay.
Yep. They're going to do this year. Going to something different. They're going to do a cookie decorating contest. So that'll be
contest?
It might be a contest.
Can anybody enter?
Anybody can, I think.
So do you know any
sprinkles.
details about that? I mean,
I don't.
Are you supplying the cookies or what?
No, I don't really.
Okay.
But you can call the library at 326-2154, and I'm sure they'll give you the details.
Okay.
And from 2 to 4 on Saturday, then they will be having a vocal music performance from Buffalo State.
Wow.
So that's the library.
Okay.
They'll be there. They'll be all weekend. On Saturday, at Eason Hall.
Okay, where's Easton Hall? People
this is
listening from
Eason Hall
Jamestown may
on
not know where Easton.
Main Street and
Elm
West-
Street.
Elm Street and Westfield.
Off of
I'm
Main
sorry.
Street, right?
23 Elm.
I need to be thinking what I'm talking about.
23 Elm Street.
So many things are going through my mind. We're having the Christmas tea, Queen Victoria's Tea Room, and that will be from 12 to 3. That'll
And-
be in the North Room, or what is the courtroom.
All right, so that's in
So
Easton Hall,
that's
which
at
is like
Easton Hall.
which is like town or village
Yeah,
hall.
right.
All right,
Right.
beautiful building.
Yep.
And so a tea. So is
Yep.
there a cost to that?
Yep, and we'll be featuring savories, scones and sweets.
What's
and
a savory?
teas.
Hold on, what's a
A
savory?
savory is like a little tiny cucumber sandwich. Those kinds of
It's like
things.
a hors d'oeuvre.
Savory,
Yes, something
salty,
like that.
as opposed
Salty,
to sweet.
savory,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So it'll be a 3-course. Actually, it's going to be a 4-course.
4 course.
And how much is
Yes.
the cost?
So that'll be a surprise.
All right, so the
for
second
you.
course is a scone.
First course is, I think, is a savory and a
Savory,
scone,
scone.
then a scone.
Scone is like a little.
Yep.
In between.
Third course is a sweet,
Oh yeah.
and then, like I said, they have a little surprise.
And where's this?
And this is
Easton
at
Hall?
Eason Hall.
You have to sign up ahead of time.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. The cost is, what did she tell me? It is $15
Okay.
pre-sale,
All right.
and $20 if you do it that day.
Who's sponsoring this?
Wanderlust.
Okay.
Erica and Jim from Wanderlust, and they're right next door to Easton Hall.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good stuff,
All right.
yes.
So they, so that'll be great. That's one thing that's going on.
Oh, it's that little. It's been a variety of restaurants
right
over the
next
years.
to- yeah,
oh, I
right
know
next
where
to-
it is.
right
Okay,
next
it
to
just
the
kind of
mall.
clicked in there. Yeah,
Sure.
I know
Yeah,
Jim, and
sure.
I know he's a masterful chef. Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
And he's the son of Reed Powers. That
Yes,
used
he
to have
is.
this time slot a million
Yes, he
years
is.
ago.
Yeah.
So good.
And I didn't realize that. you know. Then,
Mrs. Claus, you obviously have sampled
Oh,
their wares.
yeah, I am guilty as charged. Hey, you know, I can only bake so much at a time.
That's right.
and
Cookies are
relying
one
on the
thing.
elves. The elves
Yeah,
are busy,
yeah.
so, you know, there you
Why
go.
not?
There's the
right.
place
Okay,
to
so
go.
That's right.
at Easton Hall.
okay, we're
Okay.
let's stick with Easton Hall.
Let's stick there.
The Hall of Christmas.
What is
from
that?
10 to 4, and that is vendors. There are some nonprofits that will be there as well. Something like what's in our farmers market. Some of those folks and some new folks.
Okay.
So, and Kiwanis will be there with their menu, usually what they have at
like a
at
food truck?
farmers market. Yep, some breakfast menus, and outside of Easton Hall will be the kettle corn folks, Franklin's. That's great, and the Best of Buffalo will be outside of Easton Hall.
Byron? Yep.
Yep, and then of course all our restaurants and shops will be open.
All right,
as
so
well.
let me describe with the Hall of Trees, because I've been there.
Okay.
And you walk in there, and it's like jam-packed full of vendors. And I think there's even music playing, and there's Christmas items, and there's all kinds of gifts, all levels, you know, things that are little
Yes.
smalls
Yeah.
into biggers. And you and I sang there one year.
We did.
We did.
We
Streets of London, I remember, right?
Yes, that's right. Oh my goodness. Yeah,
So
that was great.
yeah,
That
so
was great.
it's warm in there. If you've been out on the
Yep.
street touring a little bit, you go in there, and it's free of charge to get in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no charge unless you choose to purchase
yeah, sure.
something. And I'm happy to give nonprofits the opportunity to, you know, so we're having child advocacy is coming down
Good.
too, and that'll be good.
Excellent.
So that's that.
So Easton Hall 10 to 4.
Easton Hall
On
10
Saturday.
to 4,
Okay.
and Sunday.
And Sunday.
And Sunday.
Same times?
Get
Yep.
your shopping in.
Yep. Something for everyone. Then from 11 to 4 on Saturday,
11 to 4. Yep.
12 to 4 on
Oh,
Sunday.
12 to 4, yeah.
Okay, we're still at Easton Hall. Horse-drawn carriage rides.
Oh.
Magic Moments carriage rides from Bear Lake will be there. They've been with us every year, and they're wonderful.
So what is the carriage ride all about? What do they do? Obviously, they take you for a ride, but where does it go?
It goes through some of the streets in the village, mostly on the south side. You know, it doesn't, and it's a ride that lasts maybe 15, 20 minutes.
And how much does that
Yeah,
cost?
nothing.
What?
Nope,
Zero.
nope.
So you just get in line and
You get in line and you go.
And I'll attest that some of the
Yeah.
houses are already decorated.
Yes.
In the area.
Yeah.
Yep.
wouldn't that be? And so this is during the late morning, early afternoon, so before it's dark.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be fun.
Yep.
And I bet the kids would love that, Mrs. Claus. What do you think?
It is fun.
do.
It is fun. We've done it.
Yeah.
We went last year.
Yes, you'll probably meet Mr.
Yep,
and
we'll
Mrs.
be-
Claus.
We'll be
Very
doing the
good.
carriage rides too.
All right, and that's in front of Easton Hall again.
That's in front of Easton
Holy
Hall.
cow, that's gonna be a busy place there.
That's a busy days, yeah, both days, okay? And Hall of Trees, I forgot to mention at the library, they do that as well. But you must go to Christmas Tree Fantasyland at Blue June Blooms on Main Street. That's
Wait a
our
minute,
flower
what?
shop. That's
Flower-
something new.
Say that again slower. New blue.
Yeah.
Blue June Blooms on Main
Blue
Street.
June
Blooms.
blooms.
That
Right.
is our flower shop.
Okay.
And Britt Mead has created Christmas Tree Fantasyland.
Oh, I know what you're
And-
talking about. That,
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I've gone there.
Oh, yeah.
And bought some flowers over the years.
Yeah.
So, and
And-
John used to own that shop.
Yes.
And now,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
And so, what has she got in there?
Christmas trees decorated in all fashions, old-fashioned, little modern, bows and ornaments.
Oh,
and
it's-
it's just beautiful. You know, you walk in there and she does a wonderful job.
Awesome.
So I call that Christmas Tree Fantasyland. She thinks that's a good idea.
And again, you don't even have to buy anything. You just go in there and look at some
Oh, it's
antique
Just go in there and look.
ornaments or whatever.
And of course, she'll be part of the Hot Toddy Crawl. So
the hot
That's another
toddy
one we
crawl.
it's
have to
another
go
one we
over.
have to talk about.
Yes.
All right.
And I think Hot Toddy Crawl will be on Saturday from 11 to 4. And basically, it's on Main Street, except the library, Lakeshore Center for the Arts, is included in that. And then you will need to take a ride out to the Grape Discovery Center as well. They are also included in this, and they will be open again all weekend. I think they're starting on Thursday. their regular hours and all through Sunday.
Okay,
they will be open.
let's break this down a little
Yeah.
bit. All right, so you mentioned the hot toddy crawl. So let's
Yeah.
start there, and then we'll go to the Grape Discovery Center.
Right,
So
okay.
what in the world is a hot toddy crawl? It
Hot
sounds
toddy
like
crawl.
a bunch
Let
of
me-
people on their
oh,
hands and knees.
oh,
Yep.
I'm just ready for you.
He's ready for me. Okay.
This is not just your average production here. We're top
I
flight.
know, top flight. Wonderful.
Don't forget Grace Naves in that.
Okay. The
Hot
people
toddy
that
crawl.
are listed.
Yeah, so go ahead and read them off loud. Because
and-
people on the
okay.
radio can't see
Okay,
this.
they can't see it. All right, let me do that. Peaceful Designs, gift shop. Waste Not. We're just kind of going down the street, so you
That's
get
okay.
the idea. Triple Crown, Betts Insurance, Buttercream Babe, Suzanne's at Overton, Lena's Pizza, T.W. Biggins, Full Strength Coffee, Blue June Blooms, Main Street Salon, CJ's Pizza, Rosie's Workshop, Living Glass Gallery, Westfield Village Antiques, Wanderlust, Lakeshore Center for the Arts, Patterson Library, Grace and Abe's, Annex 25, and Grape Discovery Center. They're all participating. Now you will see that in the window of every shop that's participating.
All
So.
right, so what's
and-
going on? What's
And it's a hot toddy. It's a hot toddy, complimentary hot toddy. You will get not a huge drink, but just a taste of some little goodie. That
Like what?
It can be a drink. It can be. Now I know that last year Jerry did something at Peaceful Designs, which is kind of interesting. She just gave candy, but she also gave water, little bottles of water that she decorated.
Ah.
And she said some folks were grateful because they
They've
had
been
so much
walking all day
hot
shopping.
chocolate
Yeah.
so I mean it can be something like that. It can be some kind of
Yeah.
a savory. But for the most part, it'll be some kind of a drink.
All right, Ms. Claus,
Some
you're gonna
alcohol,
jump in there.
some
Yeah,
not.
I did hot chocolate at a couple places
Yeah.
last year, which was nice, and a little cookie.
So you said
Yeah.
alcohol could be one?
Alcohol can be included.
Like what? Like wine or something?
I think that
Grog?
something like that.
Christmas
yeah.
something or
Yeah,
other, punch
yeah.
or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
obviously
A hot mulled.
you know that
hot mulled wine, or you
hot
know those
mold,
kinds
that takes
of
me
things.
back to a
Yeah,
wonderful
yeah.
life. Oh,
Right.
Speaking of which, I'm going to do
Speaking
an
of
advertisement
which.
right now.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes, please
December 7th and 8th, the crew is getting together once again at the Lakeshore Center for the Arts, and we're going to be doing the production of It's a Wonderful Life. It's going to
That's
be a
right.
matinee at 2 o'clock on
o'clock.
Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday.
I will be returning in my role as Freddie Fillmore, the announcer, and Uncle Billy, the drunk, and 4 other voices. And I think we've been doing this, I think we figured it out for, I think, over 9 years now. And so we got, there's 8 of us, so there's 3 returning, and we have 5 new cast members from the original cast, and so it's gonna be lots of fun, and we're already into rehearsal and production, so that's gonna be December 7th and 8th. Which is going to be later on, but anyways.
Which is later
but
on.
in Hot Mold is one of the lines in the play that Clarence the angel wants to have his mulled wine.
Yeah.
And once again, let's give a shout out to Lakeshore Center for the Arts because this is free admission in the spirit of Christmas.
Yes.
It's a Wonderful Life. It's free admission.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, we have so many benefactors in Westfield anymore. It's wonderful. It really is.
Yeah, it's terrific.
I get really excited.
Okay, so where are we? So that was a hot
So-
toddy crawl. I got that.
Yeah.
So you go to these different places and they'll give
Yeah.
you something like a little something. Now go to the Grape Discovery
But-
Center. People that may not know where the Grape Discovery Center is. I do, but they don't.
Yep.
Where is it?
Out on West Main, about a mile out on the left-hand
So
side.
you're on Route 20.
Route 20.
All right, Route 20. On
Yep.
the left as you're going towards my hometown, Ripley.
Yep.
Yep.
And you will see it. There's a wonderful gift shop featuring grape items and other. There are exhibits with regard to the grape industry, and they'll be doing hot toddy as well. You know, they also serve wine tasting.
And you know, you might say, why would I go to the Grape Discovery Center? If you got kids, folks,
Yes.
I took my grandsons there, and
Yeah.
they spent like a half
Yeah.
hour just totally involved with pushing buttons and
Oh, yeah,
cranking and
it's fun.
smelling things,
Yeah,
and they,
yeah.
of course they're going to decorate for Christmas. And it's just a lovely, lovely venue. And if you are interested in anything that's grape, they have all things grape. I can't even tell you all the different, whether it's clothing or it's ceramics or there's beverages or candies in the grape shape or whatever. It's all things grape.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's interactive, the museum part, and I think that's why the kids love
That's
it.
why-
Like,
yeah,
this
right.
is how this turns, that goes up and down,
Yeah, this
and
is
they
the-
get in there. I know I've taken some grandchildren there
Yeah,
too, and
it's
they're like,
great fun.
oh, that's
It's wonderful.
nifty.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's absolutely
So
wonderful.
hold the line.
educational.
Okay, we have a phone call.
Oh,
All right,
sure.
ladies, should we take a phone
Sure.
call? All right, this is Claus, and Marilyn and I are ready. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Jack. This is Linda Spalding.
Hi,
Good
Linda.
morning, ladies.
Linda.
Jack, thank you once again for making the announcement for our fundraiser, our watch party, this Sunday coming up, starting at 3:30. And ladies, good luck with your Christmas in the Village. Westfield is such a charming place to go anytime, and I always look forward to these special events there.
Super.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Well, have a wonderful weekend, everybody,
Oh.
and I hope to see a lot of people tomorrow for the game.
And go Bills, right?
Right.
All right, well,
Thank
you're
you.
going to have to let us know how your fundraiser turned out, okay?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of interest. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay.
It's going to be a lot of
And
fun.
before you hang up, look at the TV right now. Didn't Justin and the crew decorate the studio pretty? Look at that. We look great. Look at that.
Oh.
We got a Christmas tree.
Well, beautiful.
Thank
Just
you.
beautiful.
Okay. Well, you keep in touch, Lynn. Thanks for calling.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Want to go back to the hot toddy crawl for just a minute?
Sure.
Doc?
I'm going anywhere. I'm taking all kinds of notes here.
Hey, okay. The places that are on the hot toddy crawl
Yes, ma'am.
will hand out to you. This is a map and tells you a little bit about what's going on in Westfield, who's on the crawl, and this is a map.
All right. Do
Okay.
we have a slide on that, do you know?
No.
All right, well then, Justin,
This
let's
was just
let's
done.
zoom in on this map for a second so people know what they're looking for. So this is a map of all the shops that
All
are
the
involved.
shops, and
in
the
there.
little cup, as
Okay.
you can see, that tells you where the sites are.
Okay, very
There you
good.
go, this
And
way.
so all
There
the
we go.
shops will have this map? And you just ask for it?
Yep, all the shops that are on
Okay,
the
and
crawl
what's the
will
other
have
side look
this.
like?
And the other side tells some of the events that are going on.
Super.
Okay, there we
you go.
And lists the hot toddy crawl.
Wow.
So this is something Blair does from Rosie's. He does a wonderful job.
Yeah, he does.
And at the same time, you can get a little tour of Westfield card. On the back are the shops and restaurants that are
minute.
involved.
How tiny is that?
That's
Look
what's
at this.
tiny.
We
I
are
know.
like 4,000 times bigger here. All right, so what's that all about? So
And you have them punched when you go to a
oh,
place.
I get it. It's like a ticket.
Then you turn them in, and we do drawings for door prizes at the end of the weekend.
Wonderful.
So this is something. It'll be white this time. It was
Okay.
green last year.
So,
it's gonna
like,
be
what do
white
they
this
win?
time. I think we're going to do gift certificates to some of the. We've had physical prizes, but it becomes a little hard to send them out.
Yeah, especially from out of town or whatever.
Yeah.
We should talk about that.
So
Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I'm not sure if Marilyn's in charge of this. About the parade, the floats, all of
Oh,
that.
Yeah,
Grace
we'll-
Waves
Yeah,
we'll,
sponsoring.
Okay,
we'll
okay.
get to
Okay.
that. I'll get
Okay.
to that. We're doing.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what that's going to be. And then basically, that's it for Saturday, except for the parade.
The parade.
That's where we're going to be. Next.
Okay.
Okay.
So the hot toddy crawl's done by now.
That's done. So you'll know.
The Hall of Trees is done at this point.
Yeah.
So everybody's like go home,
Everything
change
is
their
done.
clothes, and then what happens
Yeah,
next?
Hall of Christmas closes about 4 o'clock or
Okay.
thereabouts.
Right.
You know, everything else on Main Street is still open.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but we're going to do what we call the Parade of Light. Let
Parade.
there be light parade.
Parade of Light.
This is one we started about 4 or 5 years ago. It started out small. It's gotten better and bigger, and what we require is that you be lit, one way or another. You know,
As in
the hot toddy crawl.
from the hot toddy crawl. You carry a light if you choose to walk. I think one of the first years we did it, we had the Red Hot ladies from Buffalo came
The
down.
Red Hot Ladies?
Red hat.
Oh, Red Hat
something.
Ladies.
Red
Oh,
Hat ladies.
that's different. I
Yeah,
thought
they
Red
describe themselves as being Red Hot ladies,
The Red
but they
Hats.
were the Red Hats.
Yes, I know who they are.
And they came. They got a light. They walked in the parade. They had a great time.
Uh-huh.
And so, so that was great. We have floats. We have decorated grape pickers. We've had tractors, pickups, pickup trucks. One year we had a little Volkswagen.
Oh,
If you
yes, the
remember
Browns.
that one?
Yes,
The Browns
yes,
did a
yep, Sandy.
Volkswagen.
Yep.
Yeah. The parade itself is sponsored by Kevin from Grace and Abe's, and he's been generous enough to give us monetary prizes. I'm not sure what he will do this year. I know he's going to do something maybe a little bit different. That decision apparently hasn't been made, but he is sponsoring, and it's wonderful. Going to start out at Family Physicians.
Okay,
It will-
where's that?
At Family Physicians on the corner of Cottage and Main, right across from Tops. And it will go to Moore Park.
Okay.
The floats and the walkers and everyone will go into the park and park around the circle near the McClurg. And then Santa will come along and light the tree. And folks can look at the floats up close and
Okay,
whatever.
so let me roll back the tape now.
Yeah.
So what time does this start?
This starts at 5:30
5:30.
or dark.
All right, approximately
I'm sure
5:30.
approximately 5:30,
It's
yeah.
about 5:30.
If it happens to be a real sunshiny day, we want to wait till it at least can be
It'll
appreciated.
be
I don't
dark at
think so.
5:30.
It'll be dark.
It
by
is definitely
5:30.
dark at 5:30
Yeah,
nowadays.
definitely.
All right, so what should people do? Where should they stand? Where should they go?
It'll be all along Main Street. You can
So starting
you
at
can- starting
Family
from
Physicians, across from Tops. So
Tops
they're
and
gonna be starting
Claus.
there.
And
then
going to the
all-
park.
So
So-
the street's gonna be closed, or how's that work?
Yes, yeah, we'll have the street closed off. We will have the street closed.
It was interesting last year.
I know.
Last year, we had a little bit of a snafu. I'm
Yes,
not sure
that's
what
all right,
happened
but all is
there.
well.
But,
All right, so you can walk, or, bundle up, get the kids all
Yes,
bundled up,
right.
come in strollers,
Yeah.
get your blankets,
Right.
get your warm drinks, whatever, and
Yep.
come on out, stand on the streets.
And our own Doc Hamels
Yes, I am.
and Rick Mascaro will be.
My little pal Rick and
Yeah,
I.
we'll
We
be-
do the Mayville Parade these
I know,
days, too.
I know.
And Rick and I have done
We'll
this.
be there.
one,
You'll be
two-
in front of the Methodist Church.
I don't know, how many years have we announced this now? A couple, 3 anyways. I'm trying to think, this will be my 3rd year maybe? I don't know.
Sounds about right.
I've lost track.
I think it's
It's
more than
I
that.
don't remember him the first year. so
Last year we
last
had a
year.
gale and it was terrible.
It was terrible. It was terrible cold. And Rick was out there like in short sleeves or something crazy like that. I go,
Aye, aye.
why aren't you cold? He goes, oh. No, you know why? I
So-
think we did it a couple of years in front of the Methodists, and then we went across the street. Now we're going back to the
Yeah,
Methodists.
you're
I think
right.
that's,
I
so it
think
could be the
that's-
4th.
I think that's a
Yeah.
good place.
Wow. Oh, yeah. All right. So why am I going to be there, and who else is going to be there? Because this is important for people to know. There's going to be judges.
Oh, judges, yes.
All right.
yeah,
So who are your
we'll
judges,
have a
or do you
couple
want
of
to share
judges.
that yet? So they don't get death
Not
threats?
yet. I think we better hold off on that.
Vote for me, vote for me. All right.
Sometimes people don't agree with their choices.
I know. I would never be the judge.
Let's
It's
leave
what
that
it
out.
Well, what are the categories for judging? Do you know?
Oh gosh, we not really. Most Christmas, like everything needs to be Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, we don't do any other kind of a theme. Prettiest, the most whimsical. I know. I
whimsical.
know we've
Okay,
done
that'd be
that.
fun, yeah.
Whimsical. I think music, musical. Really, there's nothing specific.
Okay.
Not really that specific
All right.
because we're not sure
So
what
we
we're
don't know
going
how
to
many
get.
prizes yet.
Yeah, probably there will be 3 prizes plus some honorable mentions.
Okay.
That's usually what we do.
All right, so
Yeah.
they're starting, I know I keep going back to it, but we're going to
That's
start
right.
out
At Family Physicians.
And the floats and those that are going to be marching or in the parade are going to get there. So people are watching right now and saying, wow, we got an organization, or maybe the Boy Scouts, I'm making this up. Somebody wants to join in. How do they do that?
Okay, you can. It's call myself at my phone, which is 716-753-6043, or actually Sue Poster is running the parade for me this year, and please call Sue. And let me see if I have her number. I should. She really should be the contact person.
Okay.
Her number is 248-830-6058. We did set a deadline for entrance, but I'm sure if you do it soon.
Right.
We want to make up a really nice script for Doc and Rick so they don't have to ad lib and, gee, what is it I'm saying? And that's the reason.
Okay, so let's get Sue's number again.
Okay.
I got it, I think.
You got it? Okay.
248-830-6058. 3058, and that's Sue Poster.
Yes, Sue Poster.
So she's
Yep.
chair of the
Yeah.
parade.
Yep.
That's quite a responsibility.
And we have Fred and Jennifer Johnson are going to be our grand marshals this
Oh,
year.
nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Fred
From
is-
Johnson Estate
From
Wines,
Johnson
right?
Estate,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, so
So-
the people will be lining up, and then for anybody that's listening, they participate in the parade, and they can show off their organization
Yep.
or whatever, or they're feeling very creative, and
Yep.
they're going to come down Main Street towards Moore Park and Leclerc Mansion, and they're going to go past me and
Yes.
Rick, and we're going to be sitting in front of the Methodist Church with microphones and speakers. Slow down. Go slowly.
Yeah.
Last year, people rushed through, and we're announcing. We'll describe your float. We'll say who's a part of it. But if you go really, really fast, then I'm still talking about whatever, and here comes the next float. And we just want to give everybody credit for what they're doing. Because are we taping this? Does anybody do you know?
I think we're going to try to tape it.
Okay.
As best we can. Happy to have your gentlemen come down if they'd like to. That's
I don't know
fine.
if Lake Shore is going to do it. Maybe Lake Shore Central, Lake Shore's
Center for the Arts.
Center for the Arts might
Yeah.
have somebody come down. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they might.
But anyways, the point is that this is a really fun event, and let's take our time with it, enjoy it, and really, I'll use savor the moment.
I think it was so cold last year.
It was brutal last
I
year.
remember the
It
year
was brutal.
before,
The
it was a
wind was
blizzard.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the.
I know
blizzard,
that we
blizzard.
look like the McKinsey brothers. Remember those guys on TV
Yes,
with
that's right.
gurglers?
Oh, yeah.
I have
yeah.
my deer
Full hood.
flaps over my ears and bundled up.
Yep.
And but we're happy to do that. So Rick and I will be stationed there, and anybody that's watching, come by and say hello. If you watch the show and you want to,
Yep.
Good. Shake that thing
Yeah,
up.
somebody's here.
I thought I had an alien visitor. I saw there was this music in the background here for a second. Sorry about that. Anyways, come by and say hello. We're happy to chat with you. And if you watch the show, you have some ideas about what we're doing in that, come on over and meet with us. And of course, Rick is lots of fun to meet with. All right. So,
One last thing about the parade.
yes, ma'am.
Then Santa lights the tree.
All right, but Mrs. Claus wants to jump in.
And
That's what I wanted to make
Oh,
sure
all
that
right,
when we
so-
got to the end of the parade.
So
That's it.
Mr. Santa and Mrs. Claus are like the finale, right?
Yep.
And so then
And
the last float, and then you're going all the way down to the park, and then what happens?
then they're going to light the tree. And then, courtesy of the YWCA, once again, as I said, everybody helps with this event. They'll serve cookies to the children,
Oh,
and you may
cool.
take pictures with Mr.
Stephanie Stevens and crew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And how many lights are
Yep.
on the tree?
Yep, thousands. Really.
They didn't give us a total,
Oh,
but
They didn't,
there's
but
a lot of
they
lights
were
on there.
working
Yeah.
on it yesterday. It was
Okay.
great. And if the weather is really, really terrible,
Yes.
we'll serve the cookies at the Y.
Okay, so
You
we
know,
go indoors. And they-
Otherwise, we'll just stay in the gazebo because
Okay.
it's just so good. So that's pretty much Saturday, Sunday.
So by about 6:30, 7 o'clock,
Yeah,
we're
it should
down into the
be.
park. And,
Yeah.
So is there anything
Yeah.
after that?
No.
Okay,
Not,
so now we're
not
done?
scheduled.
We only
We're
got a minute
done
left, so
with
hurry up and
Saturday.
get Sunday done.
Okay, Sunday, Holly Tour.
Okay,
You
what's
know,
that?
WWO's Holly Tour, and they have 4 or 5 homes, and plus plus a couple of businesses.
Okay,
and
so where does
that's
that start?
Yeah, that starts. Well, it starts at 12:30, goes to 5, and that's really it.
And where do they physically start? Or does it just drop in any
I
place?
think you go.
You
as
get
you-
a-
as
and
you
there's a
want.
map for that, I'm
Yeah.
assuming. Okay.
Yep, they'll have that. Lakeshore Center for the Arts is showing a movie
Okay.
on Sunday, and the ministers are doing Christmas music and reflections at Easton Hall from 1 to 4.
Okay.
The Hall of Christmas and the carriage ride continue,
Okay.
and everything on.
All right, we
That's
have
it.
like a half a minute left. Mrs. Claus, I'm going to let
That's
you
it.
wrap things up. Thanks for visiting with us.
I'm just so excited. Like she said, it's everybody working together.
Mm-hmm.
It's all of these businesses, all of these
Yeah.
individuals, all of the countless hours that everybody volunteers to make this happen and put things out there for family fun activities.
Okay, and would you do me a favor?
Yes.
Tell Santa I've been really super good TV host this year.
Okay, I will let Santa.
And my
know.
crew.
I
And
do
my
have
crew's
final
been
say.
very
I do
good.
actually. I'm the third one on the
Okay,
checking list.
okay.
So.
All right, well, Marilyn, thank you for coming by, and
welcome.
Mrs.
Thank
Claus, I will see you next week, a week from today.
Yeah.
And again, that number for the parade is 248-830-6058 if you want to join in the parade. Call right away. I'm Doc Hamels. We're going to do this again next week, and we're going to continue on with our Christmas theme. We're going to be talking Christmas market next week, and that's really a lot of fun. So enjoy getting ready for the holidays, and be safe out there if you're hunting. Bye-bye now.